Well, welcome back. So CPR, it's a skill that can literally make the difference between life or death. Christy Engelstead is here from Sanford Health to show us the right technique. Well, welcome, Christy.
Thank you.
So, first of all, I know it's a silly question, but what does CPR even mean? Like, what is like the full thing?
CPR is just basically pumping the heart for somebody whose heart is stopped. So our job is just to push hard and push fast, and we're just going to pump that heart because their heart isn't pumping blood anymore.
Okay, so what's the first step?
Okay, so the very first thing is just shaking the person and saying, "Hey, are you okay?" Seeing if they can wake up.
Yeah, wake up. Sounds like your children in the morning. Yeah. Like, you know, school starting.
So then you're going to tell me to call 911 and maybe get an AED, and then you guys need to see if they're breathing. If they're not breathing,
what's the best way to do that? You go
maybe
here?
tilt their head a little bit, and then and then look at their chest and see if you can see their chest rise up and down. If they're not breathing, you're going to put your hands in the middle of the chest. You're going to use the heel of your hand, and you're going to push hard.
Where the heel of the hands are right here, right?
Yep, right there, the heel of the hand. And you're going to push hard, and you're going to go right between the nipple line. And you're going to do about the beat of the song Staying Alive. So you're going to go pump, 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 pump.
Dun, 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 dun. Staying alive. Staying alive. Hopefully, do we need copyrights to sing that? All right. That's good.
So the biggest thing is you're going to push really hard and really fast. And you're going to get tired when you do it, but you have to keep going until somebody comes to take over for you.
I think one thing, like for me doing this, obviously you want to push hard and fast, you want to make it work. I also would be afraid of, like just me, afraid of breaking something, which at that point probably isn't as important to saving the life, but.
You're right. You might break things, and the older the person is, the more likely you are to break some ribs and make cracks and crunches, but it's okay. You have to do it, and you do it until somebody comes and takes over for you.
What is the best way to know that you're at least doing it right? I mean, do you take a breath to feel if they're breathing, or?
No, you actually don't have to stop compressing the chest at all. They took the breathing out of CPR if you're not taking classes and not trained. So you don't have to stop and breathe at all. You just keep pushing on the chest.
What about if someone, say during the summertime, of course, when it warms up and someone is drowning? I mean, do you do that? Because I used to watch some of those shows, and then the water would come up.
Yep. TV.
Always on TV. So in real life, sometimes people do vomit or stuff comes out during CPR. And if that happens, you just stop, turn them to their side and try to get it out. And then you turn them back over and then keep pushing on the chest. You don't have to put your mouth on their mouth anymore, so it's not gross like that.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, it's pretty neat.
So now Sanford Health has classes. I know, obviously, this here is a really good demonstration. I probably would feel more comfortable taking a full class. So,
and you can't learn in 2 minutes?
Gosh. So you do it for kids and adults, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And infant CPR, because I think I had to learn that with my daughter who choked on literally everything ever. So.
Yeah, we have classes for infants, children, adults, everybody. We have first aid classes, so we have classes just about every Monday night, and anybody is welcome to take them.
So do you have to just take one class, or is it you go back several times?
Nope, it's just one class. It certifies you for 2 years, and then you can come back and recertify, or you can just keep knowing how to do the hands-only CPR is the biggest thing.
Oh,
wow. Okay, so then obviously CPR, they're laying down. If you were to do Heimlich, that would just be kind of the same theory. They're just sitting up or
Correct. So if somebody's standing up, you're doing the Heimlich. It's just pushing in and up, trying to create that fake or artificial cough.
Okay. So I think what is important for people to remember, obviously, if you're in a very stressful situation, somebody is not breathing and you're trying to like, oh, what do I do? You still have to call 911. And I think surprisingly, that's the part people probably forget a lot, is like they're so involved in this that they're not thinking like, I need to also be doing that, because you need that help to come. You can't do this forever.
Correct. The biggest thing is when you shake them, say, hey, are you okay? If they're not okay, point at somebody, say you call 911, or if nobody is there, you do have to go call, because otherwise you'd be doing CPR for forever.
And and unfortunately that may not necessarily
it doesn't it doesn't end up well.
Yeah, no, that's terrible. I'm just curious, obviously people talk about different like cardiac arrest issues. What are some things that might put someone in this situation? Obviously it can depend on age, and it can depend on you know the factors around them, but what's common? What do you guys see?
So the older the person is, the more likely it is probably just their heart, but we've also run into respiratory problems that will lead to somebody's heart stop, or even a traumatic incident. Just bad trauma to the body will cause their heart to stop.
What about from the other side of the spectrum, like an infant or a toddler or something along those lines?
Yeah, so for infants and kids, it's most likely respiratory because they have really healthy hearts, and unless it's traumatic, it's most likely respiratory. That's what we see in our line of duty.
Is there ever a time then maybe you should kind of stop or just keep going?
Or
and
don't,
just keep,
yeah.
Nope, you just keep going till
Okay.
somebody comes, usually a fire department, police department, or the ambulance will arrive on scene, and you just keep going until they tell you to stop. Even when they get there, they have other stuff to do, so they might ask you to keep going. If you're doing a good job, they're going to have you keep going.
Have you ever been in a situation where you were able to save someone through CPR?
I am. I'm a paramedic at Sanford Ambulance, so
wow.
I've done CPR quite a few times. Most of the time, it's unfortunately not a successful ending, but it's a really good feeling when it is.
But at least you try. You do
Yes.
everything you can to save that life, and sometimes it doesn't work out, unfortunately. But
Yeah.
It's always good to know what to do in case it happens. Most
Absolutely.
likely it happens at home, so it's probably somebody you love.
Are those classes free or how much are they?
They're around $40 to $50. It depends on what class you take, and just about every Monday, and you can sign up online.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I think I
get
might
out
go
there.
check one out for sure. I mean, you never know.
I know, get out to the Sanford Health website, sign up for those classes. It could be the difference between life and death for someone that you care about. Stay with us. We have more North Dakota Today coming up after the break.